I'm going to discuss my crystal therapist. Her name is Dee Lee of Blue Sage Crystals. And what she does is she kind of gives you therapy. She kind of looks into your life. And then she goes into things that would help you with meditation or things that you can carry with you to kind of feel better. And most of her crystals that she provides are raw crystals. And she's been helping me out for about 2 years now. So I have a collection of crystals. Now, people have their different belief on crystal therapy. For me, a lot of people you see often would write those inspirational quotes or motivational quotes, and they write them on Facebook, or they write them in a notebook, or keep them with them, or they have like a mantra and they say it in their head. Mantra. Yeah, they say it in their head over and over to feel the things that they're saying and things like that. That works for some people. That doesn't work for me, especially for a person who has to type up stuff all day and write stuff in planners all day and organize stuff all day. I don't want to do all that. So for me, with crystal therapy, it's kind of a reminder. So for example, if I got to go to work and I have to deal with someone, and I don't want to say it's a person that scares me, but it's a person that causes anxiety, and I don't necessarily, I got to psych myself up to deal with them. I might wear tiger stone just to have the nerve, just for the confidence of dealing with them. Or if I was dealing with somebody I loved and I no longer am close to them anymore, but we're on speaking terms, but I kind of need to protect my heart a little bit, I might put on some jade for heart protection. Or there's a lot of other things. So I'm just going to kind of run down some of the things that she has. One time I got mad at her because she provided a crystal to someone I know who also seeks therapy through her, and I felt like I needed that crystal. It's particularly this crystal right here, which is aventurine, and it is for money, right? This isn't the same crystal because I asked for this one. I requested this one. And the person she gave it to, she says, they told me, yeah, Dee Lee had gave me this aventurine crystal. And ironically, like, I found $500 extra in my bank account and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, so she giving away money crystals. And I'm over here struggling by myself with 4 kids. So I'm like, hey, why didn't you give me the money crystal with all the stuff that I got going on? And you're going to sit there and give her that. She got a good job. I got all these kids. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm going off, right? And she's like, well, I gave you the other crystal that you needed because of your nerves. You need to calm your nerves sometimes. And I got you something to get you settled. It's something to calm you down sometimes. And I was like, well, shit, I need that too. I do. So it's just different things. Most of her crystals are raw. So you typically see polished crystals. Like, for example, this one is carnelian, right? It's polished, it's bracelet, it's cute. But this is also a carnelian. Same crystal, and this is carnelian too. So it looks different. And I use this one for confidence, So if you, for example, if I have a meeting or something and I didn't like something, but I want to talk about it in the meeting, and I'm like, hey, we can do this and do this and do this, and I want to express my idea, but I kind of get sometimes to the point where I'm like, somebody's going to say something in this meeting because I don't want all the attention on me right now. I bring my carnelian. And then there's other things like citrine. See? The citrine is cute. This is in its raw form. And this is, what's the word I want to use? It's for, like, if you have depression, if you're feeling down, this one brings you up. This one's good for that. Also, suicidal thoughts. I didn't want to say that to y'all because I don't want y'all thinking I have suicidal thoughts. I don't. But there's a lot of other crystals. I don't always remember the names of them. And I did tell her I was going to do a video, so I wanted to contact her and say, hey, I'm going to need those names. But I got caught up, and I just decided, well, it's the weekend, I'm doing this now. So, but these are some of the other crystals. Oh my God, I wish I had brought my emerald, because my emerald's real pretty. It doesn't necessarily look the same way that a typical polished emerald looks, but it does still look pretty. But these are some of the other crystals that she provided. And I know one of the crystals is aquamarine. I just can't tell which one. And then there's a lavenderite. I think this one's the lavenderite, where it looks this way, when it's dry, but if I put water on it, you could kind of get it at different angles, and you could see some purple in it. And I think this is a clear quartz, but I'm not positive. And here's the other one that she gave me. This is a rose quartz. Everybody knows about the rose quartz. If you're at your rookie level, this is the one that you know. This one is for self-love or attracting love. And I can't keep a rose quartz in my purse for nothing, because my rose quartz be running away from me. And you know what they say about your crystals when they break or they get lost? They did their job. So for example, if you had a rose quartz, this has happened to me before. I had a rose quartz for some love, right? And my my rose quartz was in my bag, and I look at my bag and it's broken in half. I'm like, well, god dang, it broke in half. And they're like, that means something. So they're like, yeah, that means that you have fulfilled it, your self-love issue, or your seeking of love. You have completed that mission. Your crystal's done its job. Now what you could do is take those other two halves of that crystal and give it to somebody else and encourage them for some self-love. So I gave one to my son, and my daughter's like, you crazy. You're going to give me one because I need some man love. I need a boyfriend right now. So you're going to give me the other half of that crystal. And I'm like, well, god dang, girl. I mean, like, you're not going to give me a choice of who I give it to. So I gave it to her. But, yeah. And then I got these other ones, too. These are cute. These aren't actually mine. These are for my daughter. She seeks the therapy, too. Oh, this is pretty. I went in her room, and I seen all of these, right? And they were on this little mirror. Let me see. Let me show y'all the mirror. Because, like, ooh, when you put them together, they look okay, right? But when you sit them all together on the mirror and the window's open and the light hits them the right way, I'm like, oh, that is freaking, god damn it. I'm like, oh my god, that is freaking marvelous. I'm like, your crystals are so pretty. Because I didn't realize how pretty they were. Because sometimes with crystals, you look at them like that. You know, you look at things that way, and then when you take the time and get past looking at all of them at the same time and individually look at each one, you would notice, oh, there's blue, that part's blue over there. Oh, I see that the parts that's gray has, like, it hits the light the right way. Oh, I could see that this goes through there. Oh, I see the white part. I see how this connects. This might be more than one crystal. This is more than one element in here. There's a lot going on. I like this. Look at the shape of this, blah blah blah. So it depends on how you look at things. And the funny thing is, when I was younger, I had met this woman in New Orleans. And I was in my 20s. And she had crystals everywhere. And I grabbed the crystal. And I'm like, oh, that's cute. And she's like, yeah. But the energy from that. I'm like, girl, please. That's a goddamn rock. Quit playing with me with that energy shit. So anyway, I felt nothing. I touched all the rocks. I touched all the crystals in there. And I felt nothing. Nothing at all. I wasn't supposed to. But as I got older, because that's over 20 years ago, I'm sitting there, and I don't want to say the name of this crystal, but I was in a shop, and there's a crystal that's damn near forbidden. You're not really supposed to mess with it, and I'm scared of it, so I ain't taking it home with me. I said, that's that crystal? And she's like, yeah, that's that crystal. I'm like, could I touch it? I mean, like, yeah. She's like, yeah, go ahead and touch it. And I did like this. I felt actual energy, and I was like, go ahead and take that back. I ain't mess with that. So, some good energy, some bad energy, some strong energy, some things you're ready for at this moment, some things you're ready for later. So anyway, all this babbling just to tell you to check out Blue Sage Crystals. Let her know what's going on. Get your little therapy if you need it, or if you just have a certain particular crystal that you want, and you're like, hey, I need this in the raw form. She's like, I got that in the raw form. I got you. And that's what you do. All right, any questions, leave them below.